Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture with me in my channel Biology with Madhuparna. Today's topic is breakdown of glycogen by phosphorylasis or hydrolysis, which is energy saving. So today we are going to discuss about a very small topic. So let's start. So the question here is which is energy saving. So energy, we know that energy always leads to ATP formation. So basically we will be looking about the number of ATP formed in each of these methods, and we will compare these two methods and we will see which is producing more energy, like in more ATP. So let's start. So if we look into the usual way of glycolysis with a free glucose, so as we have read in our previous lecture, so first glucose will be converted into glucose 6-phosphate with the help of the enzyme hexokinase, consuming 1 ATP, and further at the last stage it will be converted into 2 molecules of pyruvate. So first we will see that in this method how many ATP are invested into the preparatory phase. So basically we know that glycolysis have two phases, one is preparatory and one is payoff. So usually in preparatory phase we will be investing the ATPs, and in payoff phase we will gain the ATP back. So first, in our first reaction, which is actually via phosphorylasis, so we will see if the glycolysis is happening via this phosphorylasis method, how many ATP we need to invest, what are the gain of ATP and what is the net gain of ATP. So in this reaction, ATP invested in preparatory phase is 2 ATP. We have read in our previous lecture in step 1, in step 3. In step 1, where glucose is being converted into glucose 6-phosphate, and in step 3, where fructose 6-phosphate is converting into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So in both of these steps, 2 ATP we are consuming. So our investment is 2 ATP. Next we will come to the point how many ATP we are gaining in the payoff phase. So if you look into the payoff phase in step number 7 and in step number 10, we are gaining 2 ATP in both the steps. So overall it is 4 ATP. Now we will come to the net gain of ATP. So we have already invested 2 ATP. Now we gained back 4 ATP. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 ATP. So this phosphorylasis method of glycolysis, we are gaining 2 ATP as our net gain. So next we will be coming into the method of glycolysis via the hydrolysis method. This kind of reaction you will see in case of endogenous glycogen, which we actually talked about in our previous lecture, which was about feeder pathways of glycolysis, like how a endogenous glycogen can enter into glycolysis pathway. So how this glycogen will be converted into any of the intermediate of the glycolytic pathway. So glycogen will be converted into glucose 1-phosphate with the help of the enzyme glycogen phosphorylase, and it will take one inorganic phosphate which will act as the phosphoryl group source or phosphoryl group donor of glucose 1-phosphate. So further this glucose 1-phosphate will be converted into glucose 6-phosphate with the help of the enzyme phosphoglucomutase, and this glucose 6-phosphate will further go into the next steps of glycolysis, form the final product 2-pyruvate at the end of the procedure. So in this method we will see how many ATP we are investing, how many we are gaining, and what is the net gain of ATP. So in this method, as you can see, we are starting this reaction with glucose 6-phosphate. So we don't need to invest that first ATP which we were investing in our previous method. Like for glucose to glucose 6-phosphate conversion, we were consuming 1 ATP. But in this case, we are already starting this glycolysis with glucose 6-phosphate instead of glucose. So we are investing only 1 ATP in the preparatory phase, which is only the step 3, where the fructose 6-phosphate is getting converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So next we will come to what is the ATP gain in the payoff phase. So it will be as same as the previous method. In this also we will gain 4 ATP in step 7 and step 10. So now if we calculate the net gain of ATP, it will be 4 minus 1 instead of 4 minus 2, which was in the previous phosphorylasis glycolytic method. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 ATP. So if you look into this glycolysis via hydrolysis method, we are getting 3 ATP instead of 2 ATP. So we are getting more energy. So the answer is, we can say glycolysis via the hydrolysis pathway is more energy saving than that of the glycolysis via phosphorylasis pathway. So that's it for today, guys. If you like the way I teach, do like my video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you. See you in my next video.